Hey guys, so when doing these videos, sometimes things get hectic and you want everything to be right, and sometimes things happen. So I deleted all the footage of me swapping the mini humbucker into this guitar. But I can walk you through it and I can let you know what I did. So my biggest obstacle was making sure the pickup was going to fit. Now the plus side was I knew that the mounting holes center to center were the same for the Firebird pickup and for this pickup. So I had a fighting chance. I had to modify the bottom of the pickup to act as a nut, so when you tightened up the screw, it would pull or it would raise or lower the pickup. That wasn't a big deal. I just found a small nut that fit the screw of the mini hum, and I was able to solder it on the metal of the bottom of the pickup. So that worked great. There was a little ground wire that goes to this bridge post that I had to attach to the back of the case, but I just tacked it onto the original solder joint to keep it clean. I didn't want to burn up the sticker that was back there or really touch any solder I didn't have to. So I basically just reflowed the joint and got it hot, and it stuck the ground to it. So that was great. Backside, I did reinstall the 550K pot from VIP, and it's just good. Screams on its own. It's got great character, and as you can hear in that, I just was able to take that harshness off the top end. You know, they do call Firebird pickups mini humbuckers, but after listening to it, I would more associate a Firebird pickup with a single coil by this just sound alone. This is, you know, basically a PAF or a humbucker scrunched down into its simplest, smallest form. It's wrapped quite like they are with a thinner bobbin. And I believe the Firebird pickups have windings around every single pole piece, which is a little weird. This pickup measured in at about 7.0 or 6.9K right here, where the Firebird pickup measured in at 7.8. So if you relate that to what I've always learned and was taught, even with Stratocaster pickups, you know, when you overwind a Strat pickup, you lose all of that bottom end, you lose all of that punch, and you just get a lot of top end sizzle, which is very indicative of what was happening here with that Firebird pickup. So like I said, the footage being lost of me making the swap wasn't really the end of the world. I mean, it was a pickup swap. It was quite easy, to be totally honest with you, because as soon as I made this pickup and ring working together where it was adjustable and functioning, it was just sliding it through the channel, soldering onto the pot, and being done with it. And I just wanted to give an overall assessment for this guitar. I'm really going to keep my eye out for more of the harder to find, you know, I couldn't buy a Firebird 1. I couldn't afford a real Firebird 1, but this early 80s made Greco Firebird 1 with a full mahogany body, neck through construction, nitro finish, Brazilian rosewood board. I mean, even these tuners are not what you would find on a Gibson, but 1 11/16 nut width. The tuners work great. The truss rod functions great. The body is cut and feels great. I put 2 pots on here. I put a pickup from my buddy's Vintage Correct, and I put a Faber bridge that I had in the shelf. And this guitar, for an $800 guitar, I mean, really great. It's got all your rock and roll tones. Everything is there for a single pickup, and I like the funky ones. I like an Esquire. I like a Les Paul Jr. I like a Firebird 1, you know? I'm into that stuff, and I think it's really cool. I didn't go for the 335. I went for the Trini Lopez. It's just always been my style. I want the underdog, or the ones that everybody says, nah. I know I have old vintage guitars. I have old vintage valuable Strats, and they're great. But everything in my collection from now on, I promise myself, will serve a purpose and have a place. And this one definitely is. This scratches all of the itch I have for Firebird guitars. If I was a Firebird collector or a Firebird nut, I'd probably have 4 or 5 Firebirds. But this is all I really need. You know, it's just got great tone, the compatibility, everything working together. It works well with my amps, and it's a really good piece. I'm very, very grateful to have this guitar. So don't really sleep on these, because I will be keeping my eyes open for more Greco guitars of the early 80s. This one's pretty great. And it's doing its thing, and it really took to the pickup quite nicely. I am going to spend a little more time adjusting it as time goes on. I am favoring the bridge the treble side to be up a little higher, and that's okay. Really cool. The pickup has some of its own microphonics. So sometimes when I feel like singing into this, I can. Yeah. I can do that if I want to. I may wax pop this pickup because it's a little microphonic, but I'm having fun with it. So it's just been really cool. It's been a really fun project. This guitar can be done. This guitar can play. I didn't swap any different strings on yet because I haven't got my string order in from Kurt Mangan. It will be here tomorrow, I believe. So a day late and $1 short. Deleted my SD card too quick. But here we are, the early 80s Greco Firebird with a 1968 Les Paul Deluxe pickup, and it's got some tones, man. Also, side note, I wanted to chime in. I've really found that where Strats work with like, you know, they're kind of married to the moniker of the old fuzz face or a nice, you know, germanium transistor. These zonk fuzzes or that style or an Octavio pedal or anything like that really work exceptional with Gibson guitars. I'm going to give you a little bit dynamic range here with the volume knob and show what I got. And then I'm going to click that octave pedal on by Jesse Davey, the King Tone octave. And you're just going to, this thing is ripping on its own. And it cleans up way better than a Strat could. But check out the dynamics of the guitar. Really responsive to what you're doing in the right hand too. You know, you can have the volume and tone on full blast, but if you just so I'm just pairing this with a King Tone Octaland and EM5 Echo Machine, but just it almost just kind of sounds like a crunchy Marshall, right? Checking out this clip, guys. We'll talk soon. Peace.